everybody, welcome back. I'm just continuing this right where we left off. We're gonna go talk to Gravelord Nito, the Rave Lord himself. Oh, he's such a party animal. I love him. That is Gravelord Nito, and he's one of my favorite characters in the game. I actually want to do a Pray to the Sarcophagus Gravelord. I actually really want to do a cosplay of that. Like, it's so good. But let me just enter the Covenant. So, yes, I want to enter this Covenant. I want this weapon because this weapon is hella good. So, and then we can just leave. Just leave. He gave us the sword, and we can actually wield the Gravelord sword. And I believe this needs 50 strength or something, so yeah, we're not getting 50 strength anytime soon. This isn't exactly a fast weapon, but it deals massive damage, so that's where we're going to kind of leave it. I wanted to make sure I had a good sword for the next part of the game, because frankly, I'm not very good at this game anymore, so that's interesting in and of itself. Let's use a homeward bone. I need a bone. There you go. Yes, we want to return to the last bonfire we rested at, which happened to be Firelink. Okay. So this is, again, we met Framped in the last episode. I completely forgot he comes up right now. We can talk to him. He's not very interesting to talk to. He does say things about how he's a serpent, so I think he does want the flames to die out. The dragons, of course, want the flames to die out because that puts them in a better position, even though there's like one or two of them left. Most of them have been totally eradicated. But obviously, since there's a covenant, there's a little bit of something there, isn't there? So that's going to be interesting. Where do I want to go? Oh, I got butthole face. Alright, let's, I guess we go to Sen's. I guess we go to Sen's Fortress, because we are far enough into the game where we can move on to one of my favorite areas in the game. One of the, I shouldn't even just say the inspiration, because it is, the front of my building is, in Minecraft, is essentially the building that we're not coming up on now, but we will come up on in the next episode or two, and it will be excellent. I swear you guys will enjoy it. I have much faith in the architecture of this game. It's really well done. Oh, we also get to talk to one of my favorite characters in the game, so that's gonna be sweet. We probably should have talked to him earlier, because now the gate's open and he went inside. So let's go talk to one of my favorite characters in the game, Mr. Onion Bro, after I go and upgrade this weapon, because I realized I haven't upgraded this yet, and I have 4,000 souls, so what's the worst that could happen? Sure, we'll give him a Divine Ember. And then we'll reinforce weapon. And we need more souls. You son of a... Ah, I need like 400 more souls. Well, that's not very nice. Actually, you know where I could get 400 more souls? Is by dealing with the Hydra down here. I believe that should give me enough souls. But as you can see, this is pretty strong. It's pretty. Oh, I don't even need to go to the Hydra. We'll kill the Hydra later then. If I don't gotta deal with it, I don't gotta deal with it. That's my... That is the overarching plan here. Oh, come on, I'm two souls short. Oh, that's frustrating. Is there somebody else I can smack? Alright, hoes. Oh yeah, I opened that up. So we could go see the doggy, too. I'm not gonna fight the dog right now. There is no way in hell I'm fighting the dog right now. Wait, what am I talking about? I have souls in my inventory. Alright, screw it. We're just upgrading the sword once and then calling it a day. The demons are really hard to kill, so this is probably not a weapon we're gonna use throughout the entire game, but it's still a really good early game weapon. Even though we're hitting mid game, like it's still really good. So, although we do get a bunch of Titanite, which is the upgrade material, in a bit, not in a necessarily short amount of time, but. In a decent amount of time. Once we get through Sen's Fortress, it's actually pretty reasonable to get through all that. So, let us continue on our path. Browse and use items. Where's my... There we go. I could have just popped souls to begin with. I'm dumb. Reinforced weapon and reinforce the Great Lord sword. Reinforcing your armor and stuff actually isn't that important, nor is necessarily keeping up with all the durability and stuff. None of these games' durability has been much of an issue except in Dark Souls 2, and I refuse to acknowledge Dark Souls 2 existing. I've played it, I've actually gone through the game, I have beaten it, and it sucks. It is miserable to go through. Alright, so there is stuff over here that we can totally mess with and get through. And we can just stab things in the back, because that's how I roll. Who doesn't like a good stabbing? Okay, that could have been bad. That could have been really bad. We're gonna chill out on that. And easy murder. Now, this place is obviously a not very friendly place. There's traps all over the place, so if I end up doing some weird stuff, just keep in mind that I've been through here before, and my experience is not like everybody else's experience. It is totally individual. So yeah, if you want to come here and play this game by yourself, I recommend using up all your souls and stuff beforehand, before talking to my favorite character in the game, Sigmire. Sigmire, how you doing, buddy? Oh, he even killed a snake.
Forgive me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Sigmire of
Sigmire of Katarina. He is one of my favorite characters. So if you actually look into the lore of this game, characters are very symbolic, and there's some very deep meanings to a lot of these characters. Sigmire kind of shows what this curse does to people. Sigmire himself, the name is a reference to essentially being Woo! Hold on, give me a second, Sigmire means something along the lines of an adventurer, And a lot of that comes down to his purpose in life. And it shows the how basically, if you go through his storyline, it shows how his purpose is kind of torn away from him by the player, and he eventually loses his mind for being saved all the time. And we can go through that storyline. So we did activate that one. So if that interests you, just let me know. I will totally love to go through that storyline. It is one of my favorite parts about the game, because it really shows like what kind of situation they're in. The player and Sigmire themselves are in. But a lot of these storylines are very much open-ended. So we're gonna get off of that. Oh, so one of the coolest things about this game is the hints. So if you go through this game super slow the first time, you can actually get through this game with 0 deaths. And a lot of it has to do with how the environment presents itself. So for example, you saw bloodstains on this elevator. So you can assume that the elevator is bad, but you don't really have another way to go. So you take the elevator, you get off on the first one. If you don't get off here, if you go up, there are spikes that kill you up top. So it's just a good way of signaling to the player what is actually going on and how that's going to impact things. Okay, good. It's going the other way. So we're going to need to turn this. And what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this. We're going to let this kind of go through its paces and kill this guy. There are a couple other things that we can do. There is another character down there that we can save. If you wanted to be a mage, I'm not that interested in being a mage right now. I felt like that would be kind of a silly, dumb playthrough, because it's not a very hard playthrough. So I think this is probably better off a use of my time. I'm gonna come down this way, and we're gonna go talk to Sigmire. Again, the Onion Bro himself. And anybody who says Sigward is the Onion Bro, you deserve to die. So, Sigmire over here. Onion Bro, how you doing? Okay, so he's saying, oh, the rolling thing, you can get by rolling. You can't, but it's okay. We basically set it up so that he is able to run up here, which means he will end up progressing to the next point in the storyline, or in his storyline, I should say. Gonna put that back. Sorry, buddy. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Alright, so we're gonna run up this wall with the shield out, so in case we do get hit, it doesn't hurt us that much. And now we just have to try and not fall off. And then we ignore him because he's going to be an absolute pain in the butt. And then we run through this. Ah! Oh, made it through. It's all good. I totally had that. Did you see me have that? See, I'm the best. Don't worry about it. So there's stuff we can pick up here, but there are giants around throwing bombs at us. like that. Yeah, we don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I'm gonna hit this bonfire up. Oh my goodness, it's been 15 minutes already. Goodness. Well, let me get to the top, and then we'll... Well, no, I should probably save that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there are other things that you want to see played on the channel, please let me know. And if you have any other ideas for games or builds, also let me know. I'd love to be able to provide those for you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time... Hey!